The past 3 years in Thailand have been the best years of my life so far. Taking a chance and moving to the other side of the world has given me so much more than I ever dreamed of. You see, back in 2017, before I knew about Milky, and before I had any idea what it was like to live abroad, I always knew there was more to life than what I had been living. There was a feeling inside of me since my early 20s to travel and see the world. But the years passed and work and the daily grind would consume me. I would wake up, go to work, come home and eat dinner, maybe watch some Netflix, and then fall asleep. This same cycle would repeat for what felt like eternity. Back then, I knew I wasn't living, but rather just existing. I poured myself into my job with hopes that with promotions and pay raises, I would feel happier and more fulfilled. Unsurprisingly, I had regular bouts of anxiety and depression during these years. The feelings of dread and anxiousness would fill me every Sunday night, right before I would go back to work for the week on Monday morning. One day, everything changed. Before I started my workday, I got up a little bit earlier to have some time to myself and to surf the web. I would randomly check flight booking websites just to see how much tickets were to Thailand. That's when I saw it. A one-way ticket to Chiang Mai, Thailand for $500. Normally, the ticket prices were much higher, but on that day, the price was just too good to pass up. I took out my credit card without much hesitation, and after clicking pay, I was officially going to Chiang Mai, Thailand on a one-way ticket. My dream of traveling the world and living life was actually becoming real. I still think about that moment often. If I had not checked the ticket prices to Thailand on that exact day, how different would my life be right now? I did not know anyone in Thailand, and I would be coming totally by myself, with no connections or friends here to help me adjust. I wish I could say I was brave, but really I think that not following my dreams and not seeing the world would have been soul-crushing and meaningless. Fast forward to a few months of living in Thailand on my own, I was starting to fall in love with the people, the country, the food, and the culture. Around that time, I met Milky and decided to ask her out on a date after just a few days of talking. Luckily, she obliged. Meeting Milky was probably the best thing to happen to me. Not only did I have someone to spend time with and show me around Thailand, but I found my life partner and soulmate. As the months passed, I found myself regaining confidence, and all of the feelings of anxiety and depression lifted. I started looking forward to life and spending time with Milky. These past few years, I have continued to make progress in my life and with my personal goals. Milky and I have now been married for over a year, and this next chapter of life has brought me so much joy. I don't think any of this would have been possible had I not listened to the quiet voice inside of my heart back then and followed what I needed to do. Now, I ask you this question. What is that quiet voice inside of your heart telling you? What do you have to lose and what do you have to gain by following it? You can always go back to your old life and do things the way you have always done them if that gives you any comfort. However, I bet you wouldn't want to do that once you experience life on the other side. Thanks for listening.